Now, NBC5 investigates the CTA. In the past week, we've seen a shooting on the blue line, a stabbing on the red line, and a pledge by police to add more officers to trains and stations.
But just how safe is the CTA? Our NBC5 Investigates team took a deep dive into the data and found some sobering numbers. Here's Chris Coffey.
Gregory Ignatius was punched on a train early this year.
The guy hit me very quick succession 4 times,
This man was beaten and robbed this past December after 2 men asked for money.
I said I didn't have any, then they asked me for my phone. I said no, and then they reached into my pocket, inside my jacket, to get it.
And Carmen Myers simply had a man bump into her.
So I reached in my pocket, sure enough, my phone's not there.
Carmen shared her story with NBC5 Investigates more than 6 years ago when we first looked at crime on the CTA's trains and platforms. Back then, we found that violent crime was going down, which the CTA told us was because they beefed up their network of surveillance cameras.
In the 2 years since that time, violent crime is down by about 40%.
But that was then. This is now. NBC5 Investigates has taken a new look at CTA crime, and we found a startling increase, especially in violent crimes. In fact, since our last story, we found the number of violent crimes on these trains and platforms has more than doubled. Watch as our tally rises each year to a total of nearly 1,500 violent crimes in 2019 alone. That's an average of 4 violent crimes a day just on CTA's L trains and stations, and not counting CTA buses. We also found that the top 5 stations for violent crimes are all here on the red line. Number 5 is the 69th Street stop along the Dan Ryan Expressway. Number 4 is just south at the 79th Street stop. Number 3, further south again at 95th Street. Number 2 is up near the Loop at the Roosevelt Street station, which serves trains from the green and orange lines as well as the red.
Most people coming down here go to work a lot. They work early in the morning, they get off late at night, and people just come around, standing around just to be around. And that they have more police officers out here that could be safer.
And topping our list of stations with the most violent crimes last year, the Red Line station here at Jackson and State, which saw 253 violent incidents in 2019 alone.
It makes me wonder, what if I'm leaving from a late class meeting of something and then I have to go back through the same stop and I'm alone.
Safety is definitely a big issue.
When we did our original investigation, the CTA also told us its cameras would also help police make more arrests.
One arrest can actually close out multiple cases.
Back then, we found that police arrested someone in a quarter of violent incidents. Since then, we found police did arrest more people for a while, but for the past 4 years, arrests have dropped lower than ever, an average of 23% for violent crimes. And for nonviolent thefts like Carmen Myers' phone, we found police arrest a suspect only 4% of the time. That means 96% of the time the thief goes free.
The Chicago Police Department issued a statement saying in part that the security of the Chicago transit system is one of its highest priorities. Meanwhile, we've created an interactive map of crimes reported at every CTA L stop. On the NBC Chicago app, you can see what's happening at your local station and how it ranks in terms of crime. I'm Chris Coffey, NBC5 Investigates.
Some tough numbers out there. Stay on it, Chris. Thanks.